minute, Jack. This is a friendly celebration.
I don't much like the way you celebrate.
But the broader, bigger point is this. Tulsi Gabbard referred this stuff to DOJ.
Yes.
And John, I said it yesterday on the show. This is personal for me. I sat for hours getting ready and then ultimately testifying in front of Mueller. It cost me and a lot of people a lot of money. I don't want my hopes to get all fired up. I want, if people did everything that you just described in the way, then they need to be held accountable. And here's my question. And I know you might not be able to answer entirely, but like, what's the expectation now? Because Tulsi Gabbard sends it to DOJ. If this just gets pushed aside, then I'm sorry, I'm gonna get really pissed off. But I feel like this deserves. So here's what I want to know. Based on your years of experience, what should happen? And more importantly, who should it happen to? Who should be held accountable?
Well, we have proven a political conspiracy occurred to hamper Donald Trump, to mislead the American public and hamper Donald Trump. The question now is, does it rise to a criminal conspiracy? I think a lot of people listening today are screaming, oh, yes, of course it does. That's for a grand jury to decide. Now, there's a problem. It's 9 years later, and many of these crimes are way outside the statute of limitations. So let me tell you what has happened that I think is the most significant event, and then how the Justice Department would normally handle this. We'll see if Pam Bondi does. My reporting says it does. Let me walk you through it. In April of this year, Kash Patel, who, by the way, is one of the authors on the House Intelligence
Devin
Committee
Nunes memo, yeah.
That's right. He knows it, right? He opened up what we call a grand conspiracy case. What does that mean? It takes a look at everything from the clearing of Hillary Clinton on July 5th, 2016, when James Comey had just gotten new evidence suggesting she shouldn't be cleared. He waves his magic wand and clears her. That moment, that day, through the Russia collusion investigation, through the Ukraine impeachment, through ignoring the Chinese intervention in the 2020 election, to Jack Smith raiding the Mar-a-Lago home of President Trump, and then bringing charges in Florida as one ongoing conspiracy. The federal government repeatedly misusing its intelligence and law enforcement powers to help the Democrats and to falsely harm Republicans, often with bogus allegations, as one conspiracy. When you do that, you get the advantage of what a RICO case against the mob or a drug cartel does. It allows you to go back and charge events outside of the statute of limitations and say, clearing Hillary Clinton and starting Russia collusion is connected to raiding Mar-a-Lago and indicting President Trump for classified documents because they knew Biden had the same problem, so they had to get ahead of it and create a problem for the Republicans. When they do that, the statute of limitation goes away. Now, a second problem for people who know how the system really works also goes away. If you bring this case in Washington, D.C. with a 92% Democratic jury poll, you're not getting a conviction. That's what John Durham found out the hard way. He had two pretty good cases. He lost both of them. But in this case, you can start with the most current acts, the acts that occurred in Florida, and then panel the grand jury in that city because they're the most recent acts, and then go back and charge the earlier there. That gives you a more neutral jury poll in Florida, more common sense jury poll in Florida, and gives the potential hope. Now, if that's how this is going to go, Kash Patel has already lit the fuse. The next step that the Justice Department traditionally does when it investigates a conspiracy like a racketeering conspiracy where they're going after the drug cartels or when they're going after the mob in the 80s and 90s, you create a federal strike force. You take your best prosecutors, your best agents, your best intelligence analysts, you put them on one team and you say, go down and find all the overt acts and tell me if they're criminal. And when that happens, you then assign a prosecutor, you bring indictments. I believe Tulsi Gabbard's referrals, the recent releases by John Ratcliffe, the recent releases by Kash Patel's FBI, has opened the door for Pam Bondi to name a strike force. My reporting indicates that decision could be made as early as the next week. That's the way the Justice Department would handle any other case. If they name a strike force, this is getting serious. It means that Barack Obama, John Brennan, and James Comey are going to be treated like the godfathers in the mafia and the drug kingpins and the cartels, and they're going to face a strike force investigation. Now, at the end of the day, you have to prove it's a crime. You got to convince a grand jury before anything happens. But the naming of a strike force would be an amazing statement to everybody who's been pleading for accountability.
Yeah?
You're home.
Oh, cool.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.